Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here, continuing the workbook lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we're on lesson 277. And the lesson is, let me not bind your son with laws I made. And it begins with the prayer, your son is free, my father. Let me not imagine I have bound him with the laws I made to rule the body. He is not subject to any laws I made by which I try to make the body more secure. He is not changed by what is changeable. He is not slave to any laws of time. He is as you created him, because he knows no law except the law of love. And it goes on to read, let us not worship idols, nor believe in any law idolatry would make to hide the freedom of the Son of God. He is not bound except by his beliefs. Yet, what he is far beyond his faith in slavery or freedom. He is free because he is his Father's son, and he cannot be bound unless God's truth can lie, and God can will that he deceive himself. Again, the lesson is, let me not bind your son with laws I made. It says here that he is not changed by anything that is changeable. So anything that is of God is not changeable. Or another way of saying that is, anything that is changeable is not of God. That's the aspect of the Son, of ourselves, of our brothers and sisters, is that, again, we are created in the image and likeness of God, of love. That is not going to change. That always is. Again, our innocence, our sinlessness, our guiltlessness, our holiness, none of that changes. We just believe that we're something else. You know, it says that he is not, the Son of God, us, we are not subject to any laws. So, any laws that we try to make the body secure. The security is not of our body. The security comes from within. And it says the Son of God is not slave to any laws of time. Just look at how time controls us. Oh, yes, we need some structure because we live in this world of duality. But we're here to recognize when that is controlling us. And when we're living in a false sense of security. It's when we are aware of those contrasts. And then we have the opportunity with the Holy Spirit to shift that whole perception. To remember who we are as the Son of God. So again, anything that is changeable is of the ego. It's not of God. It's changeable is of the body. We believe that, that it's changeable. and I've already said this, it's, it's changeable in this world of duality because we believe in the duality. So, we bind ourselves with the laws of the world versus the laws of God. And we're the ones making ourselves a slave, to the laws of the ego, to the laws of the world. We're the ones that are worshiping the idols of the world. Now, again, it's not to make any of it wrong. It's for us to recognize that that is not bringing us the peace. That's already, we think it's going to bring us peace. The peace is already in us. Again, the truth is that we are love, holy and innocent. And any time that we're triggered in judgment, and that's what we're watching for, that's because we've gotten caught up in the ego thought system. We've gotten caught up in competition, conflict. We're having to defend ourselves. We're doing this self-reflecting. And with the help of the Holy Spirit, we get to see things differently. Our perception gets shifted. The kingdom of heaven is within. And it may be hard to believe, but the kingdom of heaven is here on earth. It's just where we blind ourselves to it by all the beliefs that we've taken on otherwise. We're not here just to, to buy another house, get a job. And again, doesn't mean that we can't enjoy a job and have a house. But if it's causing us all kinds of stress and anxiety, and, we look at being afraid of losing, again, if we're caught up in the scarcity principle, those are not the laws of God. The laws of God and the laws of God, God is limitless. And that's what we're, practicing, learning to get in touch with at a deep level. So I'm going to say the prayer again. Your son is free, my Father. Let me not imagine I have bound him with laws I made to rule the body. He is not subject to any laws I made by which I try to make the body more secure. He is not changed by what is changeable. He is not slave to any laws of time, and he is as you created him, because he knows no law except the law of love. We really don't know in totality the law of love. But in the practice of the course, we get to, be open to experience that here. This is what we are, working on, working towards. It's even, there's nowhere even to get to, because it's already here, but we think we have to get somewhere. So I want to read again, just as some additional reflection. I hope you find it helpful. I find it helpful for myself, but I want to read from the Year of Forgiveness. And again, it's Jesus speaking through the author of this book, through the channel, Louise Spalding. And here's what Jesus says about this lesson. Let me not bind your son with laws I made. It says, Jesus says, you are blessed beings indeed, and I am the one you know as Jesus. He said, many of your problems come from trying to imprison your families, your friends, your lovers, your partners, and your spouses. You feel you know the rules by which others should behave, and you project them onto them, saying that you know what is best for them. You ignore the fact that they have their own guidance system. And they may be getting told to do something that is quite counter to what you are being told to do. We're all unique in this egoic mind. We all created our own identity. But the truth is, we all are love. I'm adding that here. We don't know what is actually going on with another person. We think we do. We think we know what is right. That's what it's saying here. So I'm going to go on. Jesus says, when honoring people in your relationships, your partners, your spouses, your children, your friends, and family, you must, if you want to remain at peace, give them the freedom to do and be as they choose. They will learn their lessons and have their experiences. And if those lessons and experiences are harsh and cause them suffering, they may learn to do something different. You cannot impose what you know on others. So he goes on to say, now as parents, he said, this is very, very challenging. It's very, very challenging, a very challenging lesson for you to believe. But you give your children as much freedom as possibly can to allow them. Let me say it again. But give your children as much freedom as you possibly can to allow them to listen to their guidance. This is a training I'm going to add here. Train them to listen to their guidance system. And do not try to impose on them the prison bars within which you reside. Jesus says, think about this. If you are not perfectly happy and content and are struggling with things that aren't working out for you, then it is clear that you do not have a handle on how to create a perfect life. What makes you think you should be telling people how to create their lives? In fact, you are telling them how to miscreate their lives because you are expecting them to copy you. Jesus goes on to say, stay in your own lane and work at your own practice. You know, how often are you working on somebody else's problems? You know, I'm going to ask myself the same question and not focusing on the practices that we are given here in this course and these lessons for us to transform and to heal. So it says, make part of your practice giving as much freedom to others as possible, witnessing your desire to control them and stepping back from it, witnessing your desire to criticize and stepping back from it, and witnessing your fear for their future and their safety, and refraining from indulging in fearful future fantasies. That is not loving, Jesus says. And he concludes here by saying, I'm the one you know as Jesus, and we'll speak to you tomorrow. All right. I hope that has been helpful to you. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for viewing this video. And I look forward to being with you for the next video, which will be on lesson 278. In the meantime, continue your practice. Again, this is a continuous process. You already are perfect. I'm already perfect. I just keep forgetting. And there really is nothing to do. I don't know. I'm just feeling to add a little bit more. You know, there is no past. The past is what's only in our mind that we keep bringing forward into the present moment. And we bring that past in the present moment and we create a future of the past. Right now, all there is now. We even think there's a future, but all there is now. I'll just say this. A few moments ago, that was only now. And it's only now, right now. Just sit with that. There's only right now. There's only right now. There is only right now. And all there is in this moment, no matter what, if you're triggered, I'm adding this because I'm hearing to do so. The fact of the matter is just acknowledge you're triggered and give it over to the Holy Spirit. And remember that prayer. I'm giving it to you as well, so I remember it as I repeat it to you. That whenever you're triggered, you say, Holy Spirit, please help me to forgive myself for unknowingly use whatever the person, a brother, sister, or partner, or used our pain, our financial scarcity, anything based on the scarcity principle. For having unknowingly used any of that to attack myself and to separate from your love as my holy self. That's the practice. Just that we forget. And so I hope that what I've given you here today will help you to remember. All right, I'll leave it at that until the next video for video 278. And if you would please go below this here video on YouTube, and please push the like button, and comment, even if you just hit the heart, like an emoji, put a thumbs up, prayer. I don't know, however, whatever sign you want to put there that would be appropriate. And appreciate those who are commenting, that are adding to the likes, etc. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. This community is building. I can't believe we are, completed today 277 lessons together. For those of you who have continued on, and wherever you are is perfect. So again, thank you for being here. From my heart to yours, I extend much love to you. Have a love-filled, peaceful day. Bye for now.